Yo, can you hear me? You listening to
WAW. What a week.
What a week.
Welcome back. Thanks for opening another episode of our production. We like that you enjoy what we have to offer, which is why we carry on doing it, believe it or not. Another reason is that we are some of the people who probably wouldn't get work at any of DJ Zinhle's businesses because we are unemployable. So we figured we might as well carry on with this venture. So, welcome back to WOW, What a Week.
This is
What a week.
What a Week. This kid really kicks.
Our comedian is in the building. She has me in a little bit of a dilemma. Her current work as a comedian has the ability to have me doubling over with laughter. However, knowing she was once a teacher has me sitting up straight and watching my posture and crossing my T's and dotting my I's. But Melly will testify that she has the power to make them feel all sorts of relaxation. So please give a welcome to someone who proves that swearing isn't always necessary, whether it's with audiences or school children. Make some noise for Khanyisa Bunu.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Khanyisa?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
Grant.
And Grant.
Former mem.
Hey.
Why were you mem in the first place?
Hey, I was mem because I was still not sure what I want to be.
Yeah.
I thought if I can be mem, I go to Balula, then Kandipago mem, and then I can be sure of what I want to do.
Were you a funny child? Let's start with your childhood.
Yes, I was a funny child because I was a lazy child. My mother used to say, I don't know about lazy, pin very cheeky. Funeka ube soft ka ulazy so that abantu bakuncedise ko ulazy bakho. So bendilazy ngingafuna uhlamba izitya, ngikona abahlamba izitya kungcono babasele izitori bahlambe be happy.
Yeah. So you also speak about how you were bullied a lot as a child.
Hey, that article ndayibona online, I was never bullied as a child.
So you were never bullied?
Hayi ndiyibonile la ndothuka lo muntu uthatha bhayiza, I was never bullied.
Also the internet lied about you?
Hayi baphosisa shem. I was never bullied. Uba ndibhuliwe like any other child, like esikolweni mhlawumbe bekho lo muntu, but it was never something I even felt ukuthi it's worth mentioning because I was never bullied as a child.
So things were not bad?
I know.
Okay.
No.
So then you decide you're going to be a mem.
Yes.
Were you a funny mem? And how would you say being a school teacher prepared you for show business?
That part, I agree. It prepared me.
Yeah.
I was not really a funny mem, but my colleagues would say I was funny. With my learners, I was not really funny. Because if you're too funny with learners, you're also like
respect is out the window.
Yeah. So with my colleagues, bekumnandi, like a staff room, they would always miss me if I'm not around.
Sure.
But dealing with learners, abangamameliyo, abantwana bazawuthi ubaxelela le benze le, abantwana bazakubiza ngamagama, abantwana, that prepared me for entertainment industry.
Sure.
I always say noba umuntu uthini ngisakhathali because abantwana banditrain. I'm ready for anything.
Exactly. So how did the break happen into comedy? Because I know that you were on You Think You Are Funny.
Yes.
And you made it to the top 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Was that the break?
That was the break.
So who said, can you enter this thing?
I decided on my own, but
Sure.
I didn't know Guti it was gonna take me to stand up. Ignorance is bliss. Ndiyaphamna ncinga competition, ndifuna uwina imali, uqhuba uwina imali ndibuyele ebomini bam bakudala.
So now what did you think you are supposed to do if you're not doing comedy?
Ndicinga phaya
At the show.
ndicinga kaloku uzaba competition uba kule episode ngubani ozatell the funniest stories from one stage to another until mhlawumbi kubekho ultimate winner.
Sure.
So I didn't know ukuthi stand up. Even when I got there, ndizorealize xa sifika kweza iveki kuthiwe kuzaba khona i-audience ukuthi hayibo stand up most senzayo.
Yeah.
Ngikhumbula ke one day was a guy ndandisuka naye Cape Town. Sasincokola. I mean, sorry, that but airport, I see Cape Town, I see East London,
Sure.
but Saturday so too. I've never done it stand up. Put man, let's show you fun stand up comedians. I not for me. I was alone. And even then, you realize okay, man, I'm becoming a stand up comedian now. So ndithi mhlambi if I had been told uba le nto uyenzayo iza kusa mhlambi athi hayi not for me. So I'm glad good I did not know.
You recently lost Uma, your mother.
Ew.
And your mother was one of the people that said, are you sure
About this.
about this thing? How did you soften her along the way?
Hawu mama
Yeah.
wazisofinisa ngokwakhe because nami mama imbangi uba ndingoyiki mna uyeke i-teaching ndiyokwenza anything else is because i-certificates zam will always be there.
Sure.
If ayisebenzi le nto ndizaphinda ndiyofuna umsebenzi.
I'll go back.
Yes, I'll go back.
Yeah.
So she was still not convinced, but umama used to say ke kum athi ndibe convinced xa kuqala ukuthi hayi nantsi imali mama.
Yeah. Oh, here's a new house.
Yeah. No, but zange ndifike ku-new house, but fortunately umama ke bengumntu wesebenzayo naqala. She used to be a teacher.
Sure.
And for the longest time she was a school principal. So benendlu yakhe, she was comfortable ngobomi. So now I was just giving her money, mama. Nantsi imali yalaa nto ubungayithembi. Yayibona le nto iza kakuhle. So she was happy and she was over the moon when I opened for Trevor Noah. Then I realized, okay, this decision is not that bad.
There's movement.
Yes.
So losing Ma.
Yo.
And life must also happen.
Yes.
Gigs must also happen. How are you internalizing this new chapter? Because it's a brand new chapter.
Yo, it's a brand new chapter. But I think Indian mna lose mama. I think for the first 3 months, ndandingabhelieve. Ndandingabhelieve at all. Ngoba man uzobuya, there's no way.
Or she'll call.
She will call.
You know?
And I used to listen to voicemail yakhe, to call her just to hear her voice yakhe. Yeah, but ngoku I think ndaphe ndi-accepta mhlawumbi. I think ndi-acceptile ngoku.
Sure.
But I talk to her every day. Even nango ndiza apha ndithi mama I wish ubukhona to see the things I'm doing and the way ubomi bam buhamba right ngayo.
Sure.
You know? Yeah, and she was my pillar of strength. Umama andikhumbuli ndiyoperforma. Angandifowuneli the next day uzoqhube njani. She wanted to know all the time. Especially when ndimxelela mama le show ndiyakuya inkulu and nervous. Aluzoba right. And whenever bendifowuni like ibiyayazi indlela ukuthi akho mama sendi-veteran ngoku. Oh,
What are you going to miss the most about Uma?
About umama, I miss her always wanting attention yethu.
Sure.
Afone kutheni ningafoni yebo mama bendifonela izolo athi izolo that was a long time
It's
ago.
a new day, phela.
It's a new day.
Yeah.
I miss how she always wanted attention yethu. And it is true ukuthi in life you never know what you have until it's gone.
Absolutely.
Ngithi mama hayibo besithethile izolo athi mntana umuntu uzayizolo mina sathi sekulo nto liya namhlanje thole ungafonanga namhlanje.
New day, new challenges, new blessings.
Yes, and if uyandifonela mhlambi 3 missed calls mhlambi as 1 hour apart akandifumani unewari but something very bad happened to me. Hayibo mama ndixelele nje benzawufumaneka kuba undifumani soba newari. So I miss that thing as ba if I'm going home uzondifonela uphi ngoku ufike ngixele ndise-Kronstadt ndise-Bloemfontein funeka ndirecord okokoko until I get home. I miss that kind of love. You realize ukuthi lo muntu wayekuthanda. Umuntu ofuna ukwazi all the time uba you are safe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you, let's move on.
Okay.
May Ma soul rest in peace.
Thank you.
Have you ever shoplifted?
No.
Never.
No, I've never.
Yo, Tina, we used to shoplift. Mara's children, though. Hey, we used to always, it was either always sweets or chappies. Nothing big. I've never shoplifted anything.
Okay.
Or in marbles. We used to also
Marbles.
shoplift. Yo, I don't even,
Yeah.
can't believe I'm confessing. But the beautiful thing is we were never caught. I think the closest to getting caught was when we were stealing oranges at a house.
Okay.
And then the owner released our dogs.
Okay. Whoa.
And the dog grabbed my pants. Mara, they ripped. So I was able to jump the fence. Because had they not ripped my pants, the dog would have pulled me to the ground. And right now, you'd be sitting here alone.
Yo, there'd be no DJ
There'd be no interview.
Fresh.
Anyway, so there's a story in the news currently. A shoplifter, I think at a ShopRite, was allegedly left in the shop overnight.
Okay. Haibo.
And they were found dead the next day.
Haibo.
And what we're told is they were probably put in the in the overnight fridge.
Oh, yeah.
One of that, and obviously people in Ratanda don't understand what the hell is going on. And obviously ShopRite are going to say that's not part of our policy. What do you do to a shoplifter when you find a shoplifter in your store?
Hey, I'm not, for me, I'd be scared of the shoplifter. I'd be the one who's running away from the shoplifter. Instead of the shoplifter running away from me.
Yeah.
Well, as you are talking, one. Ndikhulela kumamam at the same time nginahlala umakazi wami, my mother's sister had a shop. Yiyo ke ndandani shoplifter kuyo because bendithengisa shop ndibe something that would be shoplifting. And now as we speak I own a shop. Ne-shop nyana nesipazinyana shop endinaso. And in next to Soshanguve there's a place called Butshabelo.
Okay, Butshabelo, yes.
I've got a shop there. And I always, like in the but if I could just open in the morning, demand a shoplifter, I would run from the shoplifter. The shoplifter would have to chase me.
In fact, apparently people have told journalists that thieves are often locked in the cold room as punishment. So according to these people, it's a thing they do.
For how long?
But normally they release them after half an hour. I'm sure it's just a punishment in jail that let your balls freeze. Because for a guy, frozen balls are small balls, and small balls are a deal breaker. Exactly. So the fact that they were left overnight for me is concerning, and someone must go to jail. So either someone must go to jail, or we must let the community do what the community need to do.
But why are they shoplifting? Why?
Have you seen the state of the economy?
It's very bad.
And Tabanga, you are in a fridge for stealing a chocolate.
Hey, but people must not steal. The punishment is bad, but there are so many challenges. Business for chocolate.
Sure.
But the fridge,
then call the cops. Call the cops. Let the cops take them away.
Then babuye ngomso.
For another chocolate bar.
High cops will take them away, but they will come back.
Yeah. Another big story this week. So I don't know if you remember P. Diddy's ex, Cassie, released a statement that Diddy used to abuse me. And then Diddy's lawyer made a statement that it's a lie.
Hey, lawyers.
And that the truth will come out. And then CNN earlier in the week released a video of Diddy beating up Cassie. He drags her on the ground. Then he kicks her. And then Diddy a day later or 2 days later releases a video saying he's sorry.
Because the truth has come out.
Yeah, basically.
Hey.
Saying he's sorry, saying he was in a dark place. I think he mentions rehab. But what I like and appreciate is that 90% of the comments are people saying, my guy, you said you didn't do it.
Not that place.
So clearly you are sorry you've been caught. You're not sorry you did it. Because your arrogance is not of a person that is sorry they did the thing. You're carrying on like, now I'm caught, now I'm the victim because I was going through a dark patch.
No. Abuse. No, I call it like abuse. Abuse is bad. Especially when you're powerful on the money. Uza abuse abantu, the next thing, lawyer zako will speak on your behalf. Who's telling lies. And when you're not a public figure, kunzima to prove yourself against people abanjalo. No. Usora kasebenzi, especially because akakonfessanga ubhaqiwe ngoku uthi I'm sorry.
And you know, there's a saying that when you have an opportunity to tell the truth, take that opportunity.
Yes. Before truth force to tell it, uyithethe ngokwakho. No. Ziyenzeka zonto, like a similar story. I'm not accusing anyone. A similar story says DJ Tirano Narando Mazana.
Yeah.
Siyayazi ultimately kuzofika igqwetha lizothi akunjalo, and so we going through the same cycle of abuse and accusations of abuse, because asiyazi uba who is telling the truth. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's bad. It's so bad right-handed. And then it was, I got it complicated lando. The same thing happened to Mampinja naye wavela embetha live babes odum but baphindele baqhubeka boyi-2 sabamba thina sithetha kakhulu sabuya umva. So we really don't know how to which role to play kwi-situation ezinjena, because we don't know if the victim iyafuna yona uba lo muntu abanjwe or le muntu, there's a lot.
Mara, do you think in a situation where me and you are in a relationship and I abuse you, and then you report me, and then I get arrested, and then you drop the charges, and then I get released, doesn't the state have a responsibility to protect everyone else from me by saying, well, I know you've dropped the charges, but now we're carrying on with the thing?
Yes, with the story. I think bekumela kunjalo. And in fact, no man. By dropping the charges now khawukongene pha ngaphakathi. Because lo muntu right le nto ayenzile. If you say nangu umuntu wenza into wrong, mapolisa myekeni uthi wena qhubekeka muntu. So wena uyi-perpetrator ye-abuse, hamba ke ngoku wena ongena pha. Uyayibona?
So you have some shows that are coming up.
Yay.
Where does your comedy go, Nje, in terms of things that you talk about?
Kapini?
Tell us the nature of your comedy.
Oh, okay.
Yebo.
In nature of comedy, my comedy is a comedy, of course. It's hilarious. But my comedy, from the mamela, you should be able to...
So typically, what do you talk about in your comedy?
I talk about myself. I talk about myself, things I go through, and people I meet. You never know. That's my comedy.
Give us an example of the things that you've gone through.
Okay, I talk about since I talk about myself.
Yeah.
Okay, recently I removed 2 of my teeth. Ne? So I normally joke ngayo because of a quick crime, I'm through crime.
How?
Because I went to a doctor, and the doctor nabengafuna ukuza amazinyo bendine mouth ulcer. Wathi doctor hayi amazinyo, udoctor lo xa odoctor bekundawo eyi1 ukule building bonke doctor balapha kwi-dentist kufuneka abhekele i-dentist naye athi hayibo ubusy mouth ulcer, what about amazinyo? Ndithi hayibo athi asizange amazinyweni afonele i-dentist seyifikile andisakwazi nokuthi andifuna ihamba nami xa ifika pha i-dentist khange wabona kanti la mazinyo bamoshakele. Ndithi ayikhange wabona athi hayi ke cacile ufuna optometrist afonele ichomi yakhe ize inilinde emnyango izonithatha. So abantu babhekelana ngam. So ndithi kandifika
So that's the highest mos.
high so ndithi crime high sindirojiwe mos kule building ndisajongele uthelo xa gqiba uthi prescribe specs wathi bhatala ndabhatala ndaqonda uyadlala ngokugqibela unteke jikela ngasemva ndabaleka because ndibonile next door gynecologist next in Milvenza swakho. That is the kind of stories I tell about myself. Okay?
Sure.
So many things, and my experience with load shedding, minister of electricity. Igama lakhe nguKhosi Entsu. That yo Khosi Ntsu, we king of darkness lo andifuna over. Ansazi spedi kodwa hayi apha siya yenye high still lo muntu losigcina emnyameni. So those are kind of
So
things.
he should be Khosi Yabuntu.
Khosi Yabuntu or kungabikho nobuntu igama lakhe kungabikho nobuntu andifuna uba buntu igama lakhe makabe ikhosi of something else. No kuthiwa into ukukhanya Khosi yalisedi at least bangatshiwo nayi.
Or they must hire you.
Jonga ngekukhanya okoko South Africa wena we hire mina.
And you're a farmer most also. You're a farmer, right?
Yeah, but I suspended farming.
Why?
I did chicken farming for a long time, but chicken feed is too expensive. I'm not even sure, but the hands are the profit and science. So the chicken farming, this business news and don't.
That's
I've got a football team now. And the team
you are lying.
I'm telling you, we are log leaders. We're top of the log.
So what's your team?
Soul Buddies FC.
Soul Buddies
yes.
FC.
Ekaya, I had a team before this app.
Sure.
It was Soul Buddies FC. And it was strong. I had players playing for Banyana Banyana. Yeah. kid played for my team, Esamgaka.
Oh, wow.
Back at home. I had
So do you coach or when are you?
No. I do coach.
Yeah.
I do. I have coached. What was it? 2000 and there was a year and then a high performance center and
Sure.
the squad say Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
Gold up and it's coach ngokwam.
Oh,
I
wow.
do. I did a few. In fact, nenze la coach yokuqala kaSafa coaching. Ngoko level 0. So I do have a team. Siyawina over. Nakule weekend siyadlala jonga sidlale 3 games already. Score 20 goals, consider 1.
You are lying.
I'm telling you, top
20
of the
goals
log,
in 3
20
games.
goals in 3 games, consider
Wow.
1. Last weekend, we win 10-0. The week before that, we win 6-0. The first game, we win 4-1.
You guys must be in the PSL, must.
I must start.
Once.
Those are things. When I talk about football, when the light up because they turn the football.
Yeah.
Hey, can't
What do you think of people who are saying Sundown's domination is bad for soccer?
It is very bad for soccer.
Why?
We can't have a league whereby first game we know who's going to win the league. And also, I wish
Yeah, I mean, for instance, the EPL final results just the other day.
Yes.
It went to the wire.
Yes, to the wire.
And that's what a league should
and
look
my
like.
team is Arsenal. I was hoping they were gonna win. I'm not meant for success. Any team gapa achieves nayo. Right. Now I think I don't know, but I think once Ipokoto, yadlala role enkulu. Abanye abantu they do not really have.
Then the sport starts to suffer.
Yes, the sport starts to suffer. I wish you
See what I did there, suffer.
Yes, suffer. You'll suffer for that. And I suffer.
And then we look back and we say, suffer.
Yes, suffer. Si feel. Yo.
You've got a show coming up. Where can we catch you on stage?
You can catch him. I've got many shows coming up. Ne show ekhaya Queenstown nge-16th. June 16th, the show Khanyisa Bunu and Friends. I've got a show, I have a big one happening Emperor's Palace.
Sure.
Theatre of Marcellus. Khanyisa Bunu and Friends. Lapho ndim noSifiso Nene no Isaac Gampu no Pelepele Mchunu Nonto R.
Yo.
Nomnye ufana se-Eastern Cape but uVusi Oleg is all ulapha ku TikTok a lot.
Sure.
It's very funny. So yes, if people can come nje bazosupporta guys, come.
Where do we get tickets?
And tonight I mean andiyandibuzavela in lento on air. But on tonight ndenza what is this thing? Siyaza lyric theatre. Democracy.
Oh, yes, the roast of South Africa.
Yes, roast of South Africa. I'm there as well. I'm doing so many things. Tickets will... Hey, I'm bad with it now. Pro tickets, okay. Pro ticket, yes, for Khanyisa Bunu and Friends who say Emperors. But the rest of my ticket, I'm a web ticket all the time.
Okay.
Yes.
Where do we find you online? On social media?
Online, Khanyisa Bunu. Go Instagram, doing Bunu Khanyisa. But if you search Khanyisa Bunu, they are well.
Sure.
Facebook, Khanyisa Bunu. Teta nge football yam. I get Facebook. I teta nge team yam shem. The crazy nge team yam. Yo, and the crazy nge soul buddies. Yeah. Khanyisa Bunu na ku Twitter at.
How do you finance a team?
Yeah.
Do you pay your players? Do you pay the coach?
No. I don't pay because it's called professional league.
Sure.
I finance a team yam get 2 cents my little money that the ends I am year team yam. Last week when I was surprised and get kit enter. Like I enjoy my team. I don't even feel but I make sure that every weekend by the transport I pay the taxi man. I mean take them from here to here and then after each game I buy them food so that they put the team in. But eventually I apply for a sponsor.
Sure.
But the full team yam winning league. Once team you win the league, but this is a team worth investing in.
Yo, I'm so happy.
We sponsor now.
No, we can talk.
Yeah.
No, we can talk and see,
Chonga.
And see how we can get involved.
Yo Chonga. Chonga.
No, we'll talk.
Khanyisa,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
I've been watching your career
Hey,
coming up.
hayi
And
Job.
uyapush.
Hayi,
Uyapush, I think.
ayingxamanga ke. Yami icareer yenza so because xa ifika phaa andifuni phinde ndithi.
Yes.
But
Slow and steady.
slow and steady, yes. Apho
Absolutely.
siyakhona siyaphambili.
Thank you so much. sis.
Siyabulela.
Enkosi.
Number of watching yours and ndiyakubona blind. I'm happy that you're here.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Khanyisa Bunu is about to leave the building. Don't forget to also check her out in July in Grahamstown. Ne?
Yeah, how can I forget it? Yes, in Grahamstown for the Arts Festival. I think when that happened, what I now what I bola man. When libale ngoba ikhona new life apart.
You're dropping the ball.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Khanyisa Bunu is about to leave the building.
Bye.
This is
What a week.
What a Week. Celebrity Guest.
Celebrity guest.
Welcome back to Wow, What a Week. Our celebrity guest is in the building. He's an artist that older music fans would associate with the color green, or more specifically, green. These days, however, he's more associated with the color red. Yes, red. Though many people will agree that he's a true blue South African cultural icon. Please give a warm welcome to someone who made a notable path in SA music and in creating a new one in SA politics, Honorable Member of Parliament Ringo Madlingozi. Order.
Oh, yeah.
So when there's madness in Parliament and Buyiseni is getting carried away, where are you when this madness is happening in Parliament?
Watching. Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah. So officially, Parliament disbanded yesterday.
Yeah.
So you guys are officially unemployed now.
Unemployed now.
So what happens then? Like what happens between now and the new Parliament?
We're pushing, letting people know that there's only one party to vote for,
Yeah.
which is EFF. That's all.
But in terms of, for instance, your allowances, your money,
yeah.
are you unemployed now? It's over.
Yes, but then you just get paid until the new Parliament starts. Then
Yes.
that's it. Then if your name is back, sure. If
Sure.
it's not there, then it's all right. Then
What do you wish you had been warned about being a member of Parliament?
a lot of things. Some of them I wouldn't discuss, but
Yeah.
but the realization of exactly what is happening
Yeah.
in the country.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you think you used to take for granted about Parliament and being members of Parliament that you now appreciate because now you're in the belly of the beast?
Having to know that one has got to be in the know
Sure.
and exactly reading. Every time you have to read, understand knowledge, and that is what is needed. That's why I would think that because we are where we are right now because the ruling party had people who were not very much keen in reading, or maybe they are old,
And then some were buying degrees
things like that. They
and
just
allowed
come
to
up.
allowed to get away with it.
That's South Africa today.
But would you say the ethics committee in Parliament is toothless, though? Or do you think they're thorough?
Well, toothless because it wouldn't be here where we are today. Wouldn't be here. If they had teeth, definitely there would have been some change. A lot of it too, not just what we see right now.
So what do we change about our Parliament if things were up to Ringo? What would change about the structure? Do we have too many members of Parliament? Do we have enough members of Parliament?
We have too many members of Parliament.
Should should the Speaker of Parliament be from the biggest party? Should it be a neutral person? What would you change about Parliament?
Look, first of all, there are too many people there, and some of them are doing nothing.
Sure.
And,
they're
there's-
sleeping.
And
Sleeping is
and there's a
also
lot of
something.
duplication going on.
Yes.
So, but there should be a lot of, consequence management.
Sure.
People should account.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if that could be, be the priority, things are going to change in a big way.
So according to Ringo, if things were up to you, there'd be more consequence management in Parliament.
Yep.
And there'd be less people.
Less people. And, if the heads are not working,
Sure.
they has got to roll so that, the body moved on.
You're on 2 committees, right?
Yep.
What happens in these portfolio committees in Parliament? What do you guys typically do? What does an average day look like?
Well, we all listen to what is being presented by the department.
Sure.
And obviously we would be having the information prior. And we have to ask questions. Why this didn't happen? Why is it happening like this? And what is your plan to make it work? And if there are no, then we start to attack. And this is what you should be doing.
Sure.
This is how we should be doing. And this is the time frames.
Sure.
And of course, it will depend on the voting, party. If the ruling party says, no, wait, you are going to expose us now, they can vote it out.
Sure.
Yeah.
What would you say your biggest win has been in these committees that you sit on?
The biggest winners.
The biggest win for you or for the EFF within these committees?
Well, look, you see, what I know that is happening also within the other committees, even though I'm not there, EFF never let anything slide.
Sure.
Yeah. We attack until it's better it's moved to the right direction.
Sure.
Or they vote us out.
So you keep everyone on their toes.
That's what we should be doing. So that's the win for us.
Sure. Yeah. Who's winning next week? Who's winning how much? Because obviously everyone goes into a race to win. And you hear every politician say, I'm in it to win it. Even though we know that you are not going to win it, generally. But everyone says, no, I'm in it to win it. We're winning. Musi Maiman, I'm going to be president. Songezo Zibi. Yes, you know what I mean? But we all know that the sundowns of elections is going to win. They might not win with a big margin.
Yeah.
But we generally know the direction things are going.
That's right.
Realistically.
That's right.
How is the EFF going to do?
The leadership is on the ground. It has been on the ground, and it's it's exhausting.
Sure.
And look, EFF is gunning for number 1. If it's not number 1, it will be number 2. Number 3 could be a lose for EFF, because it has been growing, and if there'll be a positive, it will be a 100% growth, definitely. And look, people have been on the ground, and the ground forces have been talking to people.
Sure.
People to people, in one time, to talk to people and let them know exactly what is going on. And there's this tendency of people thinking that politics is about the ruling party.
Sure.
And they even attack the IEC, thinking that it's part of ANC.
Sure.
So people should understand that we are there to make a change. We're there to let people know that this is what we have. And, people always blame AFF. No, you guys, you've been there and blah, blah. But it's only 10 years. And if EFF was in charge, obviously all those, pillars of the EFF would be implemented by now.
Sure.
But you're all fighting for
What do you say to people who are scared of the EFF? Because there are people who feel the EFF is too radical, the EFF is too rough around the edges, it needs to be polished.
There is no polishing needed.
Yeah.
Look, there's been too much polishing, being done for the last 30 years or even more, It's time now people should understand and realize that it's either we do it or we don't.
Yeah.
So that is needed. That, radical, effect is needed. And also, we cannot be just sitting down and trying to be nice.
Sure.
EFF is not there to let people know. They're there to agitate, to make things work so that people understand we need change right now. Yeah.
So let's say the ANC get less than 50%. If you look into your crystal ball, what will the coalition going forward look like in your mind's eye?
I would be very much not clear on that one, because these people are more like controlled some way, My crystal ball is looking at seeing EFF right out winning. Yeah.
And is that realistic?
It could be. It could be. Because people are tired. People are tired.
People are tired, but there's also an attitude of rather the devil we know
And that's the problem.
than not.
And that is the problem.
There's also people who fear, based on coalitions provincially and at local government level, the people are also saying, if you guys can't manage a city within a coalition, why should at a national level we risk having coalition chaos than rather the devil we know?
There's always a plan.
Yeah.
And all these chaotic, situations, chaotic, visions that the people see. It's a plan to introduce what we need to introduce as EFF. Okay. So, say for instance, if there's a point that needed to be done, and we are in coalition, and you are not implementing what we want to, so we just keep our vote away, and then it collapses until you implement what we want to be done. That is not chaotic. That is planning, actually. Yeah, that's planning ahead. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what happens next week. But all the best to you and the fighters.
Each other.
In fact, before we close the politics, tell people why they must vote for the EFF and not for anyone else.
There is just no any other party that is very. EFF is love. EFF is unity. EFF is future. It is run by the youth. Nobody who is older will tell you about your future. Your future is in your hands. Your hands are with the EFF. That's where it is.
That sounds like lyrics from a song you wrote when you're still a Rasta. EFF is love, EFF is unity.
No, the time that sitama fighter figile kweli shu. Fighter nditi fumaga mnande.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's go back to the beginning.
All right.
Because I remember when I presented Studio Mix with Melanie Son and Bob Mabena.
Yes.
We used to play Gecko Moon on Studio Mix. And little did we know that one of these guys here is going to become part of our popular culture. I mean, you've literally been the soundtrack to a lot of people and families for the last 25, 30 years.
Sure.
So Gecko Moon then disbands.
Yep.
And then you start being a backup singer for other people.
Yep.
Let's talk about having to, as it were, downgrade, because you are in a group. You guys have won Shell Road to Fame.
Yes.
You're becoming household names. And then you decide, I'm going to sing backup for other people. So you've gone from the front of stage to the back of stage.
Yep.
At a mental level, how do you adjust to that? That I want to go from being the steering to assisting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look, Tato, you see, we came in as youngsters from Cape Town.
Yes.
I remember I would get on stage, with backflips and coming in and singing. Yeah, and as Beto, and we were young, and we had different influences. So others went deeper into jazz, like Hebi Swahili and them, and Kolisi. And I was more inclined towards reggae, at the time. And yes, so as we grew, we outgrew each other, you know, after Road to Fame,
Sure.
After gigging around, you know, Johannesburg, you know, there was this club and Conor Risik and Commissioner, you know, the Jamisons, you know, go
Yes.
there, remember they are. So, yeah, after that, and then Pedro disbanded. Sam went back to Cape Town. I thought, no, I'm not going to go back to Cape Town. I mean, what's the point? You know, I'm here now, and the hub of artistic environment is here.
Sure.
So I thought, no, let me just hang around
And Joburg was cooking at that time.
all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I thought that as an artist, one would never make it anywhere else besides
Sure.
coming here.
Sure.
So yeah, so me and Ellen Cameron, the keyboard player that we were with Pedro, so we just joined it together and we formed Gecko Moon.
Yes.
Yes, even that, you know, we had that, you know, turntable hit, Green.
Yes.
Yeah, and it never made an impact, you know, because at that time reggae was not taken as a serious, you know, genre.
Sure.
Yeah,
It was literally one artist people were buying, like you do.
It was like
Yeah.
Also Carlos Jeje,
Oh yes, and Carlos.
you know,
Yes.
and also Corbett in Limpopo.
Sure.
Yeah, so yeah, tried, but then look, I had to start afresh, you know, because I realized that for me to start again, let me get everything and just, you know, go back to the ground.
So at an ego level, how are you dealing with it? Because generally as men, we handle ego differently to women. And normally a guy who's been at a certain level,
Yeah,
it'll take a lot for them to humble themselves.
Yeah.
And say, I need to start from zero.
yeah.
I need to go and beg for,
that's right.
let me be your backup singer. Give me a chance. At an ego level, how are you dealing with that?
Look, okay, maybe I didn't care about that part, you know,
Sure.
of ego and all that.
When are you wanted to gig?
But all I wanted was like, because I'm feeling I'm the best
Sure.
when I'm singing,
Yes.
you know. So I was very much interested in singing for the people,
yeah.
and sometimes I would get into trouble with the other, you know, backing singers. Was, you know, we would be called to come and do you know, a session
Sure.
for another artist. So we'll get there, you know, people will be waiting for, say, you know, the principal artist to come.
Sure.
Okay, guys, here's the melody, and here's the harmony, here's the rhythm, sing. And then I would always, you know, fix the harmony at the back without being told by the producer, do this. So I would be a pest in another place. They would think that I'm being clever.
You think you're better?
Yeah, and they're clever.
Yeah.
Because, but I would say, like, guys, I don't want to have my name in a bad sounding harmony. Come on, please, let's fix this.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was very much into that. So the other producers saw this, you know, I know this guy, whenever he's around, you know, work goes fast and it's always, you know, coming out with a very good production. So yeah, so I was doing that all the time. So it started from there, you know, Tato, that I felt good, you know, backing, you know, people. Even though sometimes I would find myself being ill-treated by some of these principal producers. There was a time where the late Ubra Ray,
Sure.
so we're fixing this, you know, harmony and all that. And he just gave us lyrics without the melody and everything. So we just sat down and we waited for him to give us the melody, at least so that we can work around our harmony.
Sure.
And he came by slashing us. I said, you'll never make it in America. You useless. I just picked up
You're
my
not
bag.
proactive.
I was gone. I left the studio. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to take this.
Yo.
So, yeah, you know, so there were such, you know, instances where I would find that it's not easy. But I kept on doing it. And so Brahu, you know, also, you know, called me and said, listen, man, we are going to France. You know, there was this thing, it was Afrique du Sud,
yes.
you know, it was a project that was created by his sister, Umamu Barbara Masigela. So we got there and we were packing. Jabu Kanyile, Busim Tlongo, Hugh Masigela, Jonas Kuango. Damn, all those guys are gone.
I was about to say,
You know,
majority, if not all of the guys who gave you a chance
yeah.
that you've backed are gone.
Oh yes, man. You know, and during that time when I was backing, all those guys in France, we were there for like 3 weeks. So, Mama Busim Tlongo, she came to me. She said, "Hey, look, I don't want you to be at the back, begging me, but I feel like you have to be here next to me."
Sure.
I said, "No, but I'm begging." She said, "No, back when you're standing next to me." And then she encouraged me to, when you go back to South Africa, that
Sure.
cut your album, do something.
Didn't you getting attention more than other backup singers, did it ever cause tension?
Oh yes, always.
Yeah.
Always, because
How did you deal with that tension?
even that, I would just laugh it off.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the right thing. And at the end of the day, they would realize that what I'm saying is right.
Sure.
Not that I'm perfect, but can we do it the right way?
Sure.
So yeah, you'd always be like, no, wait, why is that clever? Who told you that you are the producer? I said, no, can you just do it the right way? That's
Exactly.
all. Yeah.
Because ultimately, if we do it the right way, it's going to come back here anyway.
Exactly, and it's gonna raise. Remember, we did that. We chose ourselves. It was the late Wings Khale,
Sure.
Zamumbuto, Sipongumalo, and myself. We called ourselves the Fourth Street. You remember, the Fourth Street. So we would go and packing, do these adverts for different products, for radio and all that. So they knew that if you call those 3 guys,
Sure.
those 4 guys, everything will go smooth.
You guys worked at, was it Audio Lab?
Yeah. Most of the time, we were there. Yeah,
I used to do voiceover. I used to do voiceovers at Audio Lab.
Yeah,
It was Audio Lab and Video Lab, mostly.
with the Rob Schroeder, remember?
I used to do voiceovers there.
Oh yes, the late Rob Schroeder. People are going.
In fact, I started doing voiceovers there when I was still a student.
Yeah.
And I remember my media studies lecturer told me, find an agent and start doing voiceovers because you've got a voice.
In Boston.
At Boston.
Yeah, I remember.
So I found an agent, and one of my first ever voiceover gigs was for Mnet.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah,
So
I
I did
remember
a lot of recordings
meeting
there.
us. Yeah.
So we used to cross paths.
For sure.
At
sure.
Audio Lab.
Yeah, no, look, those days, it was, and those sessions, they would do like 3-hour session for 150 rands.
Imagine.
But you keep all that money out. But well, at the end of the day, you pay a rent of 1,500 a month.
Sure.
But if you collect all those monies, you're at least getting monies, putting aside and all that.
It adds up.
Oh yes, it adds up. So yeah, that worked, man. And look, we even won that Autumn Harvest jazz something against the band that I came with, Peto.
Sure.
Because Peto entered it without me, and we hit them in Makwem, we hit them all, and Chabukanyil
Sure.
as 4th Street with no accompanying, like no instrumentation, because we were practicing with with these guys. I think it was Sipom Charlie on drums and Tando on bass.
Sure.
And Peggy, how can I forget Peggy's surname? Peggy Koza.
Sure.
On guitar. So 2 days before we went and get into this competition, the guys, René said, no, look, we can't do this now, because they thought we were going to be a laughing stock there. And that we went to the late Bravik Tandun.
Sure.
Bravik came, with this Barclay information of how to harmonize and everything else. So we went in there with no band, nothing, just voices.
Just voices, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We hit it, man. we did those 3 songs, and the crowd went crazy. But we knew that we're not gonna win. Yeah.
Sure.
So after that performance, we went get into the crowd. Suppose.
Have some autumn harvest.
But then they started to call the winners: number 3, Jimmy Tlu, number 2, Makom Khubat, number 1, 4th Street, and we looking at each other.
How? That's us.
It's us, man. Now we have to look for each other.
Yeah.
We're all looking nice in different corners. We're gonna stay.
So what's the lesson in that
Well,
for you?
for me, tattoo is like there's always look. One must never give up on anything. It might look bleak, but if I, keep on pushing,
Sure.
keep on pushing. Look, I've seen you. It's like, hey, this guy is going up, and it's beautiful because I saw you coming in as a student, and I'm seeing you being, the big guy. I'm like, yeah, man. So I know that the future might look like it's dark, but working on something, pushing,
Sure. It's not over until it's over.
and it's until it's over.
Sure.
Yeah.
And until it's over, just sip on some autumn harvest and mind your own business.
No.
Let's go back to your childhood.
Sure.
We're going to play a game.
All right.
With every musician that we have in studio, we play a game called The Musical.
All right.
Yeah. So this is Ringo, the musical.
Okay.
I want you to take us back to your childhood. Which song would you say punctuated your childhood? When you think back, your childhood is that song. And if you don't mind singing us that song.
I remember my father had this vinyl of Umamule Tambul
Oh, yes.
with an afro,
Yes.
just written letter.
Yes.
And there's a song there. Lomtanu khulele kumuza kuboni zulu za kunkonko za mama. Hey, za kunkonko za. That every time I listen to that song. And some of the songs that as I grew up, I listened to them. I used to sing them wrong. And
Like which one? Which song?
One time-
Which song did you make up the lyrics to?
One time, and Prakasi was sitting next to me,
Yes.
and and it just came natural that I just sang this song that. Oh man, and it was embarrassing that he was sitting next to me, and
Sure.
and I'm saying this. I'm singing. Impumputhela ye, impumputhela ye, impumputhela. Now, impumputhela is a blind man.
Sure.
Now, he knows the melody, and then he looks at me like, "Hey, Ringo, what song are you singing?" I'm like, and then I remembered, it's the song that he wrote.
It's this song, yes.
And the song is going like, "Ke khoputse hai, ke khoputse hai." And I'm like, yo. Hey, I felt like, and then I said, what was that? I'm like, no, I'm growing up in Cape Town. I thought, this
It was a song about a blind person.
but he laughed at me. So
And Prakasi is homesick.
ay. For sure.
Oh, man, that's funny. Anyway, let's carry on. Ringo, the musical. The first time you thought you were in love as a teenager, what was the song at the time?
It was a song by there was a group of I think it was 3 ladies with Barry White.
Yes, sir.
I think it was Love Unlimited, the name of the group.
Oh, yes, because he did the Love Unlimited Orchestra.
That's
after
right.
That. Yes.
And so that I boom 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 belong to you for as long as you want me to. I belong to you. Here for her as long as you want me to. Yeah, I'm in love with you.
Yo.
And I'll always be. And every time I sing a song, and I remember, the first girl that I was in love with.
How old were you?
I was still in lower primary school. I used to sing. My mother said that.
So you've been singing?
My mother said that I used to sing when I was 3.
Sure.
And because like I've always had that musical people come into my family house.
Sure.
And the late Bra Gibson Kente,
Sure.
the father of theatre,
Yes.
of South African theatre. So they would come to my house and then practice these songs. But this little 3-year-old would be watching them. That's my mother's, And
You're a sponge.
and then the following day,
Yeah.
when they would be singing the same thing, they would forget. But that little kid, 3-year-old, is singing the songs that were sung yesterday.
Wow.
And you'll be like, you forgot, but listen to this again. So I've been like, I've always been singing.
Yes, sir. Ringo the musical.
Sure.
What's the song, your song, that you'd say changed the trajectory of your life forever?
Hey ndedwa ndiyayithanda le ntombi sondela sithandwa sondela naluthando lwam lugcine lonke mcimbi ucalanye. I remember when we finished doing that song at the video lab.
Sure.
Audio lab.
Yes.
So I had that Golf 1 where I had 2 seats at the back. It was sound.
Also, you removed the back seat and put
I put sound.
a box.
There was a big box that sound, So after mixing the song, so we went to Hillbrow. Remember there was that Fontana shop where, that chicken.
At High Point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Open the boot.
Yeah.
Play the song more than 20 times until the cops, chase away like that. But
So this song was fresh out of the oven.
We stopped there, we played it.
Did you know already that here we have trouble coming with the song?
No, but it felt good because I was with the guys that were singing, in the studio, and we're still, it never got us, we were just happy to hear the song over and over again.
Sure.
And we bought, chicken, we sang until the cops chased us away.
Yeah.
And for some strange reasons, the following day, I think the late Orak Chabangu, remember?
I remember Orak from CCP.
Yes, so he took it to...
we were at the same label, Mus.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because whenever we were promoting Fresh House Flavor, you were promoting your stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he took it to Ike Pasha.
Yes. At Metro.
Yes. So, damn, the following day, I like, listen to this song.
Yeah.
I kept on playing it. And at that time, it wasn't even mastered correctly.
Sure.
But I played it 3 times. And from there on, my life changed, and then I was no longer a private person.
Yes.
Like, hey.
And then you went from Golf 1 to bigger cars.
Oh. All right.
Now, Ringo the musical.
Sure.
What song would you say punctuated your married life? What was you guys' song?
I've never had a song like that.
Where if it plays and You are in the same room but not together. You just make eye contact. That's our song playing. You guys never had a song like that.
Well, look, me and my ex-wife at the time,
Yes.
we were on the same vibe, in the same school. But
Sure.
at that time, we never knew each other. We only knew each other here in Johannesburg.
Joburg,
Yeah.
yes.
So, but we knew the song. There were songs that when they play, we like look at each other. Hey, remember this song? Like, who's fooling? Who's fooling who? Who is fooling? Tell me who?
Yes.
Who's fooling who?
Are you fooling?
Are you fooling me?
Am I fooling you?
Or am I fooling? Yeah, okay.
Do you know that that is one of my favorite childhood songs?
Oh yes.
Yes. It's by One Way.
One Way. That's right.
If there was a top 10 of songs from my childhood, it's in
It
the
would
top
be there
10.
for each
It's in the
other.
top 10.
Sure.
And then that bass line.
Oh.
And then the harmonies.
You know,
Yo.
I think I would think Barry got inspired by that. Yeah. Who's fooling who? Are you fooling me?
Am I fooling you?
Sure.
Ringo the musical. When things are tough, days are dark, the chips are down, what's Ringo's go-to song? Either to just uplift yourself or to remind yourself that there'll be a better day. Tomorrow is a new day. I can start again.
Still, I would open my bag of songs
Yeah.
and I'll play Sula inyembezi jonga ngamehlo amatsha ilizwe litsha ubomi obutsha abukavuka uyabona ukho msulwa uboma buyonsomi awuthandwa ngabantu bonke uyaza amandla ngawakho awusoli bantu kokwenzekayo kubomi bakho. Then it goes on it. So it's talking to me.
Yeah.
Even though it's made out of me, but it's talking to me as well. And I know that it's talking to other people as well.
It's almost meditation of sorts.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, man, whatever it is. And you don't have to blame anyone.
Sure.
Look for the blame inside you.
Look in the mirror.
Yeah, then you'll realize that, actually, I can blame nobody. This is my life.
There's a saying, often the solution is in the problem.
That's right. That's right. And the minute I realize and I understand and I see the problem as it is, I've half solved it.
When things are tough, are there any moments where you are reduced to tears even?
Yeah, but I try not to do it publicly.
Sure. Yeah, it'll be awkward to see you walking past there crying.
When you see that, man, tell to please call an ambulance. Something is wrong. I'm no longer myself, or maybe I'm just about to go in and throw myself
Exactly.
somewhere else.
Off Mandela Bridge.
I'm telling you. But there are times where I would be, when things were very, very, very tough, and I would sit without realizing that there's a tear
Yes.
running down, and then my little girl would be like, "Tata, uyakhala." Then I was, just to, and then just by that having her unborn, that I was crying.
Sure.
It's sort of like reminds me that hey, here's someone who's looking up to you.
Sure.
And dust yourself up and walk.
What did you last cry about?
My sister that passed last year this time.
Condolences.
You know, all of a sudden, you know, she just said no, she wanted to go home because I was staying with her, and then, yeah. But on the last day that, you know, all the family was there, and I just sat on the piano and just sang something. I have that, you know, that clip. And while I was, I cried. But at least I was with my family.
Sure.
I just cried, and I knew that I was.
What are you playing on the piano?
Just something that just came. You know.
Sure.
Yeah, and I know that it was hard for them to hear me try to sing something, but cracking and crying. Meanwhile, our sibling was on the other room dying. You know, because my brother went and took her away from hospital. Said, no, let us be together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Father.
and then she died while we were there.
What song were you singing at the time?
It's just a song that just came into my... But, you know, I still have to work on that. Every time I want to work on that song, it pains me. So I let it be. Until I'll find, you know, time where I can really...
When you're ready.
Yeah, and really look at it.
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
play it, yeah.
Finally, Ringo, the musical. It's the finale. It's before the credits are rolling. It's your victory song. The EFF maybe have won. You're now going to be Minister of Arts and Culture.
Oh, yeah?
What's that song that you're singing at that moment in this musical?
I'm a fighter, fikile kweli shumi. Fighter titifu makamnande. Tivo fumakamnande. You having fun?
And hopefully Julius is not shooting a gun into the air.
That never happened.
No, it was a toy gun. Remember?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, Ringo, you're a funny guy. But looking back at your life,
Sure.
let's say you were watching your own life in a musical.
Sure.
And you've just watched it.
Sure.
That would be like you watching your life happening in front of you. What do you think when you look at this journey that you've been walking?
Probably I would have loved to just shifted some some instances where I could have been a better artist.
Sure.
You know, but I wouldn't change any hiccups, whatever, because they created who I am right now. But I guess at least could have went deeper into learning how to write music.
Sure.
Yeah. That is the only just little regret that I.
Sure.
But I see the problem of people who are deeper into the education of music.
Sure.
They are they are stuck into they're boxed into some
Yes.
something that is very mine is I
Sometimes what you don't know becomes a superpower of sorts.
I think I would be a foolish artist if I was really into
Sure.
writing music down and everything. I wouldn't be able to go beyond the box.
Yes.
I can sing opera, I can sing reggae, I can sing anything because I'm not boxed into anything. I can sing patang, I can sing maskat, all those things because I can break all these walls.
Sure.
So I think if I had gone deeper into in the knowledge academically,
Sure.
musically, I would have been stuck somewhere.
Sure. So this past weekend, Chama Music, who's a DJ producer, he did a men's camp.
Okay.
So we had about 200 men literally camping out at a farm,
Sure.
just Machita,
Okay.
and just talking about guy issues,
Itara.
our challenges, what we're dealing with. And generally, majority of the guys lamented how they want to be better fathers.
That's great.
They want to be better men.
That's
They want to be
great.
better parents.
Yep.
Looking back at Ringo, the musical, are there any moments where you feel you could have been a better husband or a better parent or a better man?
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I could have swapped places with my ex-wife and be her watching and experiencing being with Ringo and the pain of having all that pressure.
Yes.
You know, having all
Or being
this
married to public property.
exactly. You know, where when we walk together, she would dwindle into insignificance. And people would be
Yes,
pushing her away, and
yes.
you know, I wish I could have been better into
protected her better.
protecting her.
Yes.
You know, in every way.
Sure.
And also, I wish I could listen to my kids more than trying to tell them
Yes.
what to do instead of listening to them and see and see the world through their eyes.
Sure.
Because I realized that I was more about thinking that they were empty vessels pumping information.
Yes,
Meanwhile, they were not like that. They were saying they could reason.
And I think one mistake we make as parents also is we treat our kids like you're saying, like it's three empty vessels
Yep,
that all need the same fuel.
exactly.
But it's three different minds
Yes.
that need different approaches, different stimulation, different attention
Yes.
at all times.
Yes.
But
all
because
the time.
generally as parents we're lazy, we take a brush
Yeah, all of them same. No.
versus where now you need a pencil first before the brush, where now you need a pen, then maybe the brush.
That's right. And you know, and those things. So I would look back and like, wow, I wish I could, you know, because even though you know, some of them didn't follow what I was advising, not because they don't, but because they were rebellious in the way that I was
Yes.
giving.
They're pushing back.
Yeah, they're pushing back. No, we're not. And somehow they regret that they never listened.
Sure.
But I also regret that I should have let them be.
Yes.
You know.
But it's been a good journey.
Oh yeah, we're still friends, you know.
Sure.
And with my ex-wife, we're still friends, you know. Actually, we are more friends now. That's very strange.
Does your ex-wife prefer you with or without the gap? 'Cause- no, let me tell you why I'm asking. Because
yeah.
the gap became your... It's part of who you are.
Oh yeah.
That's the Ringo we know.
Well,
You know what I mean? And then the minute you did dental work,
they
some people might have not recognized you. It's like, this guy looks like Ringo, but it's not. Because that guy doesn't have a gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, for her, you know, because I knew her before, there was that gap.
Okay.
Because that gap is not natural.
Sure.
You know, grow up in Cape Town and we have to. So it was a gap that was created.
Sure,
You know, through fights and everything.
Sure.
So now, when she saw the gap, like, oh, and then what happened? And then when it's back, so it was more like back to reality. But the others who knew Ringo from Sondela days, like, people think that, you know, it was a natural gap.
Yes.
And they hate it. Others even still believe that my voice changed.
Yeah, fairly. How? Because your teeth are part of the acoustics in your mouth.
Yeah.
So the minute you feel the gap, how you're changing the acoustics.
No, but I was more like lisping there.
Thondela. Thandwa Thondela.
if you listen carefully, it's like you hear the Z's, I'm like, but because the voice is something nice, you don't go deeper into that. Sure.
So, Braringo, you are working this coming weekend. Where can your fans come and support you and show you love? And that's one of the reasons we have you here today.
Oh, yes.
Just to support you, show you love, remind you who the hell you are.
Thank you.
And that we're behind you all the time, regardless of what you're doing, whether you're going to politics, if you start farming, we're there.
Sure.
You know, if you want to be an astronaut, we are there.
Each other.
Where are you this weekend? Where can we support you?
Well, I'm at the Mandela Theatre.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that Maibuya Africa.
Sure.
You know, the name could be broadened. You know, that because Maibuya Africa, like, bring it back. And Africa is about wealth, health, land. It's about dignity.
Sure.
It's about love. You know, it's about unity, all that. So we need to bring it back. Not only, you know, but we need to love one another as Africans.
Sure.
More often. And I think the concept is more about let's unite.
Sure.
And what I love about it, we have like artists from Hope Masika from Zimbabwe.
Sure.
Femi Koya from Nigeria. Alaga. Sorry, I forgot the name, but from Senegal.
Okay.
Simpodana, Spogazi,
Sure.
Mahotela Queens.
Yep.
You see
It's African.
Sipho sticks.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Africa in one building.
Oh yes,
Yes,
you know.
sir.
So and it's all, you know, ages food as well. You know, and I'm glad that, you know, I'm part of that.
Sure.
And also
So
more.
is it for the entire weekend?
It's 24, 25.
So 24th and 25th?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Are tickets still available?
Tadu, I'm not sure about that, and I think they'll be, because there are some packages where if one buys 10 tickets, there's 20% discount, and if you buy 20, there's know more discount than coming in. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, it's, you know, the best thing is like people should just go in there and support,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, and we need to, answer to this clarion call that Africa, we should unite.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as we believe that all these borders shouldn't be there anyway. They were created in 1884.
Sure.
So we need to start to believe in one another,
We start
know that we are
refinding each
brothers
other.
and sisters anyway.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So 24th, 25th,
Sure.
it's Saturday, Sunday.
Sure.
No, Friday, Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
Friday, Saturday
That's
at
right.
the Nelson Mandela
Theatre, yeah, Braamfontein.
Theatre in Braamfontein.
That's right.
Maibuya Africa.
Maibuya
It's
Africa.
going to be an incredible show. Ringo and a ton of other talents on stage. Please get a ticket. Go show them love and spread love and just tell everyone else. Get someone a ticket. Gift someone a ticket. But let's support the arts and let's support our future Minister of Arts and Culture. So what's the first thing you're going to do as your first day as Minister of Arts and Culture?
First of all, artists
Yeah.
of all kinds, DJs, engineers, fine art, musical.
We get a grant also. Oh, sorry. We want a 350 tonight.
Look, you know, an artist, I will never retire.
Yeah.
I will, one thing that I would love to. I wish it would happen to
Yes, sir.
to leave this world on stage.
Sure.
Not to make people feel bad, but as I go, just like Mama Miriam did.
Yes.
As she finished, she walked down
As the curtain
stairs.
closes.
As she walked down the stairs, then that's when she gone. Because they said when she walked down, she fell. That was it. You know?
Or you could make it part of your show. Where if we knew that today's the last day, part of the show, the coffin is on the stage. As you say goodbye, you walk in. You lie down and then you just wave.
You know how we are as black people, Africans. When you do that,
It's a problem.
They keep away from you. I said, no.
Call it the final show. They don't know you know. Brother Ringo, love you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Nothing but
too,
love
man.
and respect for you.
Sure.
I've literally been standing next to you, watching you growing and doing great things. You're iconic, and I'm happy that Sony have woken up to the fact that you're Ringo, man. You're Ringo. We need you to be immortalized, in the way that as many of us would like to immortalize you can. And we'll continue to do that. We'll support your music. We'll stream your music. And hopefully we'll hear brand new music sooner than later.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'll be in the studio. And in fact, October, I'll give you a call. October, November, you come and...
No, let's go.
Come and check it out.
It's on. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Ringo Madlingozi, future Minister of Arts and Culture, is about to leave the building. Now, if you know who the next coach of Liverpool is, or you've seen that video of Diddy, but you don't know who the electoral candidates for your province or ward are, then you might have some mental realignment to do, even if it's just for the coming week. Now, we're not telling you how to think, we're not telling you what to think. We're just asking you to be more enlightened in time for next week's big event. Hope you become more informed. Hope you stay away, and hope you have a wow week ahead. Coming to you from AMP Studios, we're part of the Africa Podcast Network. Shout out Pezulu Works for the cinematography. Our audio imaging, all done by Otis the Floor Fraser. Our guests today, Khanyisa Bunu and Ringo Madlingozi. Creative producer Kuvesh Mohan and show producer Keletso Modisa King. Email us at waw@africapodcastnetwork.com. Till next week, have an incredible wow week in spite of yourselves. We're out of here.